Welcome back, everyone, to the Prospect Talk podcast. You're back with the crew, Danny, Doug, Eli, Fernando. What's going on, boys? We got a lot to talk about today, right?
What's going on? It's kind of weird, right? We have a lot of things to talk about, but I feel like nothing's happened in the last week or two, maybe. Well, not two, but maybe the last week.
I don't know. I feel like this week we just have a lot of like cool, fun topics versus like debating like news and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's the off season, summertime.
They're all cool, fun topics when we talk about them. All right.
Hey, that's the way I like, man. That's what I like hearing.
Shut up with that corny ass shit.
Come on, now. Come on.
Now, what's on the first thing? What's the first thing we gotta talk about?
Pull it up, Doug.
Yeah, I know you got the agenda right in front of you.
All right, so we haven't talked about NFL in a while, so I feel like let's jump into that.
Yeah, by all means.
So recently, the preseason power rankings came out. Could go over that real quick.
Yeah, let's dive right in. It's a little early for power rankings, but
yeah, you know, it's just
I
just
always
to
love early predictions.
Yeah, you know, just to get a feel of what
it gets
what
people
you
going.
Expect. Yeah,
this is also the point where we say something reckless about a certain team, and then 6 months later, somebody goes and finds the audio, and it's like, "Damn, you guys were way wrong."
Yeah, but I dare somebody to make a power ranking now and it be right 5 months later, especially the NFL when you never know what team is going to be good.
That's true.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of parity within the NFL.
Yeah.
Well, to kick things off, this is a team we know that's going to be good.
Hold on. Are you starting from the bottom up?
No, number one.
No. You got to lead up to number one, Doug. Have you ever done
You want me to
this
start
before?
number 30?
No, top 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Like a top 10.
Have you never done a countdown?
Obviously not. We apologize, everybody.
There's a reason why it's called countdown.
All right, chill. So at number 10, Houston Texans. How do you guys feel about that one?
Okay.
I would have expected them to be a little bit higher up, to be honest with you.
It's hard for me to say. I have to hear the other teams, but
their offensive line is trash, so that's not surprising.
But they got a lot of good weapons and
good defense still.
Good defense.
Deshaun Watson, my boy, getting disrespected on the Madden reigns. We'll get into that in a second.
I was say the same thing.
We'll get into that in a second. That's a topic of debate this week.
Number 9, Eli's going to be hyped about this, but the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Let's go! Come on.
Is that? Are we saying that's a pretty fair like level, or should they be higher?
They should be a little higher, but it's okay.
They should be a little bit lower, but
I feel like that's a good spot for them. They're in
that range.
East. Like it's just what it is.
They're in that range.
Good running system, decent quarterback, great defense.
Speaking of the East, we got Philadelphia Eagles at number 8.
There's no way they're a better team than us.
Oh.
There's no way.
I kind of don't agree with this rating either.
Neither do I. Don't either. I think they're going to end up being a middling team.
We have better weapons. We have a better defense.
They went 9-7 last year. I don't think they're going to fare much better.
And we beat them twice last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not the best team in that division.
Thank you.
And plus, if Wentz gets hurt, they don't have Foles anymore.
Which will happen.
Foles was the hero.
Facts. Number 7, I really like this team, the Indianapolis Colts.
I like them too.
I like them a lot too.
Very high-powered offense. Andrew Luck showed
arguably the best offensive line in the league.
Yeah, and last year I think Andrew Luck did a great job of showing everyone like, hey, I'm still relevant. I'm still like a top-tier quarterback.
He's gonna have an MVP season this year.
Yeah, he's a machine. Absolutely.
Number 6, we got the Chicago Bears.
I think they're overrated.
I think so too. I still don't. Go ahead,
my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. I meant to say I was actually talking to a friend, a coworker actually, who he's a huge Bears fan, and I was telling him the exact same thing you guys said. I think that they're overrated. I don't see them going even to the NFC Championship game or anything.
No,
this year.
They got rid of Jordan Howard, right? And I think he actually made Cohen a little bit better. Right, hopefully Cohen's not taking all the touches because he's not that kind of back.
No, he's a good change of pace back, and that's what helps.
Exactly. The defense is still really good. Right, they have that. I'm not really sold on the offensive weapons though.
I'm not sold on Mitch Trubisky.
I'm not sold on Mitch either.
He's good. He had a really good year.
I think he's overrated.
Well, he had a really good year last year.
I don't want to call him overrated, but for me, the book is still out.
Statistically, he had a good season, but as far as missing throws and misreading coverage, he does that a lot.
I mean, it was a year for development. He's learning. Let's see what he does.
He's getting better year after year. So I mean, he's doing what he has.
That's the reason why I want to see how he performs this year before I say anything, because he has been improving pretty consistently. So I personally don't trust him yet, but he's slowly earning my trust.
That defense
You know-
is just going to put them on the top, though.
Real quick, you know who they did drop? Who actually is a good thing? Matt Parkey, because he missed a lot of field goals last year for them.
Yeah, good call on
I
that.
think that was
one.
their first
Yeah.
cut they did.
I think like as soon as the season was done.
Yeah,
he cut
he's
him.
like,
Bro,
all
after
right,
that
gone.
game, when it hit
Yeah.
the post, he was cut.
I think he hit the post 5 times in one game. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
bro. That's
That
crazy.
was hard to watch.
Number 5. This is my early Super Bowl contender right here, but the Los Angeles Chargers.
That's always your Super Bowl contender.
Hey, it's eventually going to
if
be
you know
true.
Doug and you're
So
talking
ve-
shit to him back and forth in Madden, his go-to team is the Chargers.
He
will
has so
go to
many
that
weapons.
team.
So here's the thing: every year the Chargers are somewhat decent, and they always make a decent run. They have Phillip Rivers. They got a good secondary defense. They have a good defensive line. They got a good running back. They're good all across the board. But I never feel like they put it all together to have like a full winning season.
So what are they missing?
I can't tell you.
I don't know.
They're like I
to
said,
me, the
they
weak
check all the
points.
boxes.
Yeah, the weak points are the secondary and the offensive line for them.
What do you mean? I feel like they have pretty solid DBs.
Their safeties are what's really. They get
Correct.
torched a lot in like the deep threats.
Yeah, their corners are solid. It's the
Well,
safeties downfield
When
that
you
need
play
help.
Tyreek Hill
Yeah.
twice a year, I mean,
I
you're gonna
guess
get
that's
towards-
True.
You're
What
bound
they
to
need
get
to do is they need to get this Melvin Gordon contract thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Pay the
Dealt with.
man. He's
They'll figure it out before.
top 5 back in the league. Pay him.
The Chargers aren't the Steelers. They'll figure that out.
Oh,
Hey.
shots.
Sauce, but
It's
true.
the truth.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tyreek, Kansas City's number 4.
I
That's
feel like
fair.
they should be like top 3. That
I
offense is
want to
the
hear
most-
the other 3 before I say that.
Yeah, I want to hear the other
Yeah.
3. They did lose Kareem Hunt. I don't
Mhm.
know if Robinson is going to continue to do what he did
Yeah, I
when
don't think
filling
so.
in.
I don't think so either, but that's still one of the most deadly offenses in the league.
We got to see how Pat Mahomes plays.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
he's gonna
the
ball out. He's gonna
least
ball
of your worries right there, Pat Mahomes.
It's his rookie season, you know. There's always the potential of regression.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now, Pat Mahomes is the real deal because even towards last year wasn't his rookie season.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
It was his
misspoke.
second
It was-
season
It
in
was
the
his
league.
first season playing.
Yeah, and even though he only played one game his rookie season, he still looked good in that too.
It was his Ben Simmons year.
Yeah, exactly. So I have no doubt that Pat Mahomes is going to be
Pat's a
filthy
beast.
again this
I
year.
think he's going to be good. We just got to see him do it at that elite MVP level.
We will, Doug.
Yeah, we will. That's what we're telling you. We will.
Yeah, he's there. He's headed there.
Number 3, we got the New Orleans Saints.
See, I like the Chiefs better than the Saints.
Yeah, I could have those flip flopped, but you can never count out Drew Brees. I'll give you that.
I feel like this is the year we see him regress a little.
Nah,
It was only a matter of time.
I don't think we see him regress for another
Because I
year
feel
or
like
two.
he started to regress towards the end of last year.
What they do now, though, they throw a lot of passes to the running backs. To Kareem Hunt.
What?
I'm sorry, Alvin Kamara.
Yeah,
Sorry.
come on.
There's no Mark Ingram. You sleep.
No.
No more Mark Ingram.
But they also have arguably one of the best wide receivers in the league last year,
Or Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas.
Oh, Michael Thomas is
So
a
that's-
monster.
yeah.
But that's all they have. Once you cover Michael Thomas, like Drew Brees is throwing really to no names the whole time. So
What's
but,
that-
but now
what's
they
that-
have Kamara. That's a threat out of the backfield. You know what I mean? So that technically will probably be the second guy in touches.
yeah, but so I think also Kamara's a great back, but I also think Mark Ingram kind of elevated
They
him a
helped
little
him a
bit
lot,
too.
yeah.
I do agree with
So-
that.
I don't know.
as well.
Kamara was a beast without Ingram the first 4 games of the season.
He was.
But Ingram's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, I
You
think
could
they
run it down your
complemented
throat.
each other really well.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, in terms of a fantasy perspective, I know that Kamara took a dump when Mark Ingram came back. Doug, you remember that
Yeah.
game, right? So Doug was playing
Oh
me
my
last
gosh.
season, and it was
I
the
just
week
think
that. Go ahead, Nato.
Oh, my bad. I just think that for the Saints, the fact that they had those two weapons and they could interchange them, the other teams had to pretty much, kind of be on their toes depending on who was, on that play or on that drive.
Just forget my story.
Yeah, that was kind of rude,
I
bro.
wouldn't even go into it anymore.
My
Like,
bad, man. You're
like that
talking
was a
about
story,
fantasy,
and you
about,
interrupted
about
for
a
some
game.
bullshit.
Should
that
I
we
go
all
back
knew.
into it, or should I just leave it as it is?
Go ahead.
Not tell 'em the story.
Man, now I feel like I can't get excited about it anymore. All right, so last season I'm playing Doug for the first time, talking mad shit, both of us, back and forth. And it's the week that Mark Ingram comes back for the Saints, and Doug had Alvin Kamara. I told him, I was like, man, I'm telling you, this is the week you're going to lose. He was undefeated at this time. I told him, you're going to lose this week. Mark Ingram's going to take a lot of touches away from Kamara. I'm up on Doug going into the Monday night game. Kamara was playing on the Monday night game for the Saints. I'm up by maybe, I think like 8 points.
Yeah,
or
it was
something
8
like that.
points.
8 points. Kamara finishes with like
4. It was like, I think it was 5 actually, somewhere around that
he
range.
finishes with like 5 points, and then was it? Oh, and then I had the defense
Yeah,
for whoever the Saints were going against, so I lost points, and I think I ended up beating Doug by maybe like by a point or something, and it was the most depressed that I've ever seen Doug in his entire life.
I was so heated. All he had to give me was like a solid 7-8 points.
And we played PPR.
Yeah, it was PPR.
That's an applaud for Doug's depressing.
All he needed to do was catch like one catch, and he probably would have won the game.
Yeah. But that was sad. Number 2, we got the LA Rams. Not really a surprise here.
So I don't think they're going to be the same team as well.
What do you mean? I think they're going to have Cooper Kupp for a full season.
Cooper Kupp I like, but he's still coming back from an injury.
Gurley coming back from an injury.
You still got
I don't
Robert
think
Woods?
Gurley's going to be the same back. I really don't.
I don't think. I don't know.
I think Gurley regresses. I really do.
But what's going to be the big change from last year to this year to cause that?
Gurley, his injury. I mean, you saw in the playoffs, they felt more comfortable going with a 38-year-old bowling ball as their running back instead of Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley's taking a lot of hits, man. His body's run down. Man.
Yeah, it looks like he's slowing down. I mean, and he had a big injury in Georgia, too, where he had to miss a whole season.
They still have CJ, though, right?
Yeah, I think they're bringing him back.
I mean, they have to.
They went 13-3. I still think they're going to be pretty good, even if Gurley's not 100%.
And in all honesty, I think they, from top to bottom, in my opinion, I feel like they have the best receiving core in the league. With
really?
Just the fact that they have three guys that can all go for 1,000 yards. I feel like that's very impressive. There's not many teams that have. There's teams that have good 1-2.
Cooks,
Kupp,
Cooper Kupp,
and my boy Robert Woods.
Man.
Robert Woods.
Robert Woods has to be definitely one of the better possession receivers in the league, and he's going to get to those sticks.
You hear this, Eli?
All right, but hold on. Danny, let me ask you a question, okay? Because now Doug just inspired this question to come back from the past. Do you, in your opinion, think that Robert Woods is a better receiver than Sanu?
Mohamed Sanu, yeah.
Yeah, now he is.
Yeah.
Now he is.
At the time.
2 years ago, he was not.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, he was not.
I don't know about that either.
I was right.
No, you weren't. Robert
Woods. You guys are just trying to.
No, bro.
I'll tell
2
you right
years
now,
ago, Robert Woods was not better
last season
than Sanu.
when Robert Woods was at one point, Brandon Cooks and Cooper Kupp were down, and Robert Woods was the only guy. You could still count him in for 70 yards and 7 catches almost every single game.
No, Robert Woods is good. He's emerged. He's a really
I think
good
he's
wide
a
receiver.
great wide receiver. He runs great.
I wouldn't
routes.
say great. I think he's a good wide receiver.
He's great for his role.
He's a great number
Let me
2.
hedge that.
He's a number 2. He's not a number 1.
No. Absolutely not. He's not a number 1. But he's a good number 2. Just like Juju.
Juju's the number
Juju's
1.
the one.
Juju's the 1.
I think Juju's a 1.
I said
Relax.
that's a piss off, Nando.
Let me go through this damn screen over here.
And then number 1, I think you guys all see it coming, but New England Patriots.
I mean, yeah.
Top team.
They have to be.
Yeah, I don't think you...
You can't argue against that.
When you got Brady at the helm, you're always going to be number 1.
And when you got the other 3 teams in the division, they're going to be number 1.
No,
It's
regardless.
Hey,
It doesn't
chill.
matter who they
The
play.
Jets got Le'Veon now. It's a different Jets now.
Oh, congrats.
All right.
You signed a running back who hadn't played for a year.
I think the
I bet
biggest
he comes
drop-
out and has a great year. You want to put money on it?
Nah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I bet he still has a phenomenal Le'Veon Bell year because he's Le'Veon Bell.
Hopefully it's not like a Chris Ivory year.
So, can you tell the listeners the source of this
Oh, yes.
power rankings?
I'm basing this off the NBC Sports Power Rankings.
Yeah, just so everybody, you guys are like, hey, that's not the power rankings at ESPN, NFL, blah, blah, blah. Everybody has their own power rankings.
I think that's who we usually use when we look at our power rankings.
Yeah, we usually, we like NBC.
I don't think we ever use like ESPN or anything like that. I don't like ESPN.
Nah.
Not a lot.
ESPN
Just for
throws
stats.
some random stuff in there that makes no sense.
What I was going to say real quick is, dude, that's crazy that Pittsburgh fell out of the top 10 after losing AB and Le'Veon in the same summer.
Even if they had AB and Le'Veon, they still wouldn't be top 10.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Really? You don't think like an 8, 9, or 10?
Yeah,
No,
I
they
don't know
went
about
8,
that.
7, and 1 last year. They're not that good.
Well,
They also didn't
no
have
Le'Veon.
Yeah, look how
Le'Veon.
much
You bring
Toronto was
Le'Veon
last
in
But
there.
technically speaking,
They weren't going to have Le'Veon
James Conner
regardless.
had a great season, so you
No,
can't really.
absolutely. The only thing is what Le'Veon brings and what James Conner doesn't have is the catching out of the backfield.
That's
where
true.
He's
I don't
so
know.
dynamic.
I think even if they
But
still have those two guys, I would still put. Who's the number 10 team?
Texans.
Texans, and number 9 was the Cowboys.
Yes.
I still take both of those teams.
Yeah,
over
I
the
take
Steelers.
both of those teams.
I don't.
Pittsburgh-
with AB and Le'Veon.
I think you guys sleep on
I hate the
with
Steelers,
AB
but I
and
got to be a
Le'Veon.
realist. Like AB is still a top 3 wide receiver. I think Le'Veon's a top 4 back,
Don't
and
be
Juju's
disrespectful.
still.
Le'Veon's a top 3 back. Easy.
Okay. I mean, if you're in the top 4, you got to be in the top 3.
That's facts, too.
But- But why? If someone's number 3 in
I
the top
can't-
4,
I don't know
then
if
you
I
say
can
top
put
3.
him-
You don't say top 4.
I know, but I don't know if he's 3 just because he's taking a
It
year
doesn't
off.
really
I gotta
matter.
see
He's
him.
a top running back.
He's a top running back. I
He is.
got to see him.
But Pittsburgh's ranked at 14th, so they're not too far off the top 10.
I guess. And
They're
then to
exactly
kind of
where
go
they
off
belong.
about the James
What do you mean?
Conner
They're
thing.
pretty much middle of the pack.
They're exactly where they belong.
Yeah, that's
No,
where
that's
they
where
belong.
they belong. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right now it is. Right
Yeah.
now it is. You're right.
But
But
Nando,
the-
let's not talk about the past because they'll never have those guys again.
Yeah.
They never won shit with those guys.
Ben
They ain't
Roethlisberger ruined
shit.
that.
And just quick notes, Danny, your Giants are number
We don't talk about that.
26.
We don't talk about that.
What number are they?
26.
Woo!
And my Niners are even lower at
So,
29.
I don't know what
You want Doug? I bet money the Giants finish the season
Oh, no.
at a higher.
No. Me and Nando
ranking
already.
than
The
the
Niners are
Niners.
making the playoffs.
Excuse me.
They're making the playoffs.
So take the
me,
bet.
me and Nando already have that bet set.
We do have a bet. We do have
You
a bet.
think the Niners are making the playoffs
Yes,
this year?
Niners are making the playoffs. 100%.
I don't know about 100%.
As a wild card team,
As a wild card team, yes.
bro, with what weapons?
Bro, you underestimate Goodwin, and that's
Bro,
it.
with
no,
what?
I'm just kidding. We got Jerry McKinnon. Jimmy
Well, listen.
Garoppolo is going to be back, healthy season.
But the problem
Our
with Goodwin
defense
is
is
that he
underrated.
only runs one route, and it's the go
He
route.
has no hand.
Yes, and he has no.
No,
hands.
bro, chill.
He's a track star.
What the-
chill.
Jarek McKinnon is all right, and we still don't know what we're getting in Garoppolo.
Garoppolo's solid.
Garoppolo will be
I
solid.
think we're
I
a
think
playoff
it's the
team.
opposite. I don't think we know what we're getting in McKinnon. coming
Really,
off
your
that
guys'
injury.
only good weapon is George Kittle.
George Kittle, arguably the best tight end in
Technically
the league.
speaking, yeah, he was
Arguably.
arguably one of the best tight ends in the league.
there.
But we know Kelsey is, but he's arguably.
He's
I don't know about
top 3,
I-
top 4.
That's crazy thinking the 49ers are going to.
No, they're going to make the playoffs. You watch.
They're not going to make the playoffs, but they'll definitely be better than the Giants. I believe in that.
Same.
My boy Daniel Jones is going to do some work.
I actually saw like some crazy predictions from some article I read, and they said the Giants will have 4 starting quarterbacks in the next 2 years.
Damn.
I can see
Yeah,
that.
Damn.
I can see
I
it
can
too.
see that.
Wow.
I don't know, man. I've been reading reports that Daniel Jones has been impressing at rookie.
He's the
camp.
real deal.
I don't know about the real deal.
man.
But they said he looks good.
You're
I'll say
saying
that.
this now, but when you guys get Tua next year, you're going to be happy as fuck. I'll tell you that.
I don't think Tua is going to be a good NFL quarterback.
Oh, you sleep.
I'd rather take Justin Herbert from Oregon. I think he's going to be
I
a
don't
better
trust-
quarterback.
Besides Mariota, I've never liked Oregon quarterbacks because of
That's
the
a-
system they run.
That's a different conversation for a different day.
Okay, so since we're talking about rankings and ratings,
Ooh, this is the fun
one
part.
of every child's favorite game, Madden, just dropped their NFL ratings, and it's been a
Basura.
big topic of discussion amongst not just fans but the players themselves.
They really shit the bed with this one.
Hey, Danny, let me just ask you, what do you think Daniel Jones'
We're not talking about
Madden rating is?
We're not talking about that.
He's at 63.
I think that's perfectly rated.
That's your franchise quarterback.
He's rated at 63.
All right, Doug, keep your composure here.
Doug is so weak right now that he's turning
Oh
red.
my god.
Okay, so there's 499 overall players.
That's too much.
Tell me if you guys agree or not. First, Aaron Donald. Agree or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
It should stop there.
Yeah.
I could see a 98, but I
Yeah,
would give it a
I could see a 98 too, but I'll give him the 99.
It should stop there. There shouldn't be any more 99s.
Bobby Wagner.
No.
No. Absolutely not.
97, 96.
I was going to say 97.
Yeah, I'll give him a 97.
I give him a 97, 98. Even though he's been probably the most consistent best linebacker.
Yeah,
for
but he's not
over-
a 99.
I don't think he is today.
No.
I don't
Maybe
think
2
so.
years ago.
2 years ago, definitely. And then, surprise, surprise, Number 1 rated overall wide receiver, DeAndre Hopkins, is
I
a
give him
99.
a 98.
That one,
Yeah,
that
98.
one's really fresh up.
98 will be tied with Brown and Julio
Yeah,
Jones.
Julio, yeah, he's a 98.
Yeah, because you can't say if you make him a 99, you have to make AB and Julio 99s as well.
Yeah.
Because there's all 3 of those guys are the best wide receiver in the league currently.
So since you guys brought that up, AB and Julio are 98, as well with Luke Kuechly, which I don't think he's a 98
He
anymore.
can't. His injury rating is probably like a 12. The guy can't stay.
I
on the
think
field.
he's a 93 in this league right now.
Is there a rating in the game for how prone to concussions they are?
There's an injury rating, yeah.
They might, yeah.
I think they name it durability or something.
I'll never start a franchise in that game with Luke Kuechly because I know every other game he's getting hurt.
Facts.
And then at 97, you have David Bakhtiari.
The left tackle from Green Bay.
Oh,
I agree with that.
I agree with that too.
He's the best
offensive lineman in the game right now.
Yeah, I can agree. You have Todd Gurley, the best back in the game at 97.
Mm-hmm. I think
I disagree.
As the season rolls on, I think the updates end up changing. He ends up losing a couple points.
Pat Mahomes at 97.
He's the best QB.
Yep, the best QB, well deserved, I believe. And then you have Von Miller and J.J. Watt at 97 as well.
I think all those sound about good.
Yeah, they're solid.
And that's your top 12.
So what were the big I guess you could not I guess upsets, I guess you call them? Or like snubs?
Surprises.
Yeah.
I think the DeAndre Hopkins one's being the
That's a big surprise for
99.
sure.
Hopkins and Wagner are definitely a surprise.
Who was it? There was an NFL. Oh, Keenan Allen. He was in his car talking about his Madden rating, saying that he would never play Madden again after seeing what Madden rated him. Eli, are you able to pull up what his rating is?
No, but Doug is.
Yeah,
right now I see him.
Yeah, pull that up for me, please.
He's at 89. That's not atrocious.
Nah, he's definitely a 90 plus.
Yeah, he's a 90 plus guy.
But it's not atrocious.
No,
if you guys haven't
disrespectful.
seen the video, he's literally filming himself in his car going off about how he...
I would too. They disrespected my whole craft.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Let me tell you guys who the top 5 QBs are.
Cool.
We already mentioned Mahomes at 97.
Mm-hmm.
Can anybody guess who the number 96 rated QB is?
Brady?
Yep.
Yeah, it just makes sense.
Rated at number 94. Can I get a guess?
Drew Brees.
Wrong.
Oh.
Who they got?
Doug's boy, Phillip Rivers.
Oh, all right.
Really?
Philly. I like
Yeah.
it. Well deserved.
That's interesting.
At 92, you guys want to take another guess?
Breeze?
I'm gonna go with Drew Brees there.
Wrong.
What?
Andrew Luck.
So I think Andrew Luck should be a 94. Drew Brees should probably be like a 93.
Drew Brees is 92 as well.
Man.
So those are your top 5. I do not think Phillip Rivers is a... Ooh, he had such a good year last year.
Phillip Rivers is good, bro. He's really good.
He is
I would
good.
love to know how they do their ratings, though. Do they just do it off of last year's performance, or do they do an
So,
I think you have
so I know somebody who worked at EA who does Madden ratings, specifically for Ultimate Team, though.
Okay.
Um,
Same concept, though.
yeah.
Give
So
us the insight, Doug.
basically, the way they base it off of, it's funny because basically the new draft prospects, they pretty much have like default settings for those guys, and they just throw them in where they think they fit the
And they
best.
update them throughout the season.
Yeah. For like the well-known older guys, they base it on last year's performance, and then they have like a formula to deduct age.
That's it?
Yeah.
I feel like you should at least do the last
That's
3
pretty
years.
simple.
You should probably like... I would do... If you take a 3-year stretch, I would take... You take 50% of year 1. Oh, no. That doesn't... That math wouldn't have made sense. You take like... I don't know. Hold on. I'm trying to do this math in my head. So you do 25% from that year 1, 25% from the year 2, and then 50% from the year 3. The year 3 being the most recent year. I think that's how they should do it. That way you can calculate the guys that have been doing it for a little while. That way you don't get stupid ratings from a guy that just had one good year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because technically speaking, like Mahomes is a 97, but
That's a huge jump.
that's a huge jump for a guy that's like he's only done it 1 year. I
Yeah.
think he would still be at 97, but like in cases like that, like maybe that guy really didn't earn that 97, you know?
That's true. I'm curious to know what Mahomes' rating was last year.
His rating last year was, if I remember correctly, in the high 70s.
Wow.
Pre-updates.
Yeah, just
Pre-updates, yeah.
off of game launch.
Yeah.
Any other like guys out there that you think should have been rated higher or lower or anything like that?
No, I think we kind of...
To me, there's a lot of, like, really high, like 97 plus players.
There's a lot. I feel like I never remember.
Yeah, I
there being
feel
that
like it
many.
used to be more
like
prestigious to be in
it
the
used to
90s.
be like 199 player usually in the season, and now
Like 1 or 2 at max.
Yeah.
And it was normally like Brady and Manning who were like 99, 99, and everybody else was below.
Maybe they started changing up their standards a little bit. Maybe they wanted more 99s in the game.
Or
I
they're
think-
just better
I
players.
think it gives them more appeal. No, I think it gives you more appeal.
You said J.J. Watt was rated at what?
97.
97. What's the opposite guy? Jadeveon Clowney. Do you know?
I don't know, but I could look him up.
Yeah, look that up for me.
Yeah, I just feel like
Because that leads actually into our next topic.
that's
love to
just
know
getting
what his
away
rating
from the
is.
prestige of Madden, where everybody's a 90.
That should be a sacred club
Yeah.
of being a 99 or 95 plus
I
essentially.
think 4 is way too many.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clowney's rated a 92. To me, that's a little bit high for me.
I like him at maybe 91.
Yeah, but then now we're splitting hairs, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But no,
Chill, we're splitting hairs with Hopkins. We were like 99, 98.
well, that's
99's a
different.
whole.
But yeah, you're right. 99's okay.
99
You could
is
split hairs with 99.
99 is a whole different ball game. Now, speaking of Jadeveon Clowney, the reason why I wanted you to bring that up is because the Houston Texans have issued a franchise tag for him.
Free that man, Jadeveon Clowney, and pay the man what he deserves.
So, once again,
Facts.
I think the NFL Players Association was actually protesting that
That franchise tag?
Mhm.
As well, they should be.
They should, and it leads me to ask: is the franchise tag something that should be of the past? Should we, not we, but should the NFL start looking into finding better ways to negotiate contracts and completely eliminate the franchise tag? Because
Absolutely. You're holding these players hostage, and look at the Steelers. That's the reason why they lost Le'Veon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know?
and first of all, the biggest thing I think that I have a problem with the NFL contracts is it's not fully guaranteed, unlike the other sports.
I think it should stay like that, where it's not fully guaranteed because they can get injured so easily.
That-
Unless
that's
you're
the
Kirk
thing,
Cousins,
like-
then your shit's guaranteed, boy.
Yeah. And that's up to them to negotiate guaranteed money and play it to that potential. But for the franchise tag, I think it's bad, especially like Eli said last season, we're talking about Le'Veon Bell, where that's a premier player in the league, and now he's not playing for that whole season.
Affected the Steelers. I'm sure they regret
Yeah.
that.
Not only that, but I'm sure it affected the NFL. Like, in terms of the NFL's PR, the fans want to watch the best players play. If the best players are not playing because of a contract situation, it's terrible for your league.
Yeah, and I feel like a majority of people were backing Le'Veon.
Of course, most people are going to side with their player because
Absolutely.
Over the
that's
organization,
probably that's probably their favorite player. You know what I mean? That might be their favorite team, but they
The
still want their
NFL is just really bad with contracts, with
terrible.
their NFL association, down to Roger Goodell. The league just needs to do
I think
better.
more organizations need to be looking at the way the NBA does theirs.
And take that blueprint.
Yeah.
take
and-
that blueprint and try to model that because
Yeah.
I feel like the NBA does it very, very well.
Yeah, the NBA adds more restrictions, so the team has an opportunity to re-sign the player.
And then just
Correct.
think about this. I forgot what NFL player retweeted this. I think it was actually the Honey Badger. But a top tier player in the NFL is making less money than somebody like Danny Green, a mid player in the NBA.
That's true.
Do you
that's
do you
crazy.
think that's fair?
No, but at the same time,
There's 52 NBA players, or 52 NFL players on the
On one
team,
team.
versus 12, 13.
exactly. So
No, I definitely understand the logistics behind that.
back
But
to what we were saying last week, where the amount players get paid is all about how much money they're bringing in. So let's say both the NFL and the NBA bringing the same, say $1 billion, right? That $1 billion is going to be evenly distributed, not evenly, but it's going to be distributed amongst less players than it will be for the NFL. So NBA players
And
are
the
always gonna get
NFL's
paid
got
more.
2 more teams at 32.
Exactly. Same way in the MLB, it's the same concept.
yeah, I definitely understand the logistics behind it. But you kind of just it kind of rubs you the wrong way as like a fan. And I imagine you're that NFL player where you're like, this bum right here, like the backup guard on the Lakers is
Then
making more.
maybe you should have played a different sport.
or just switch sports.
Nah, I mean,
Pull
well
up.
then what? We'll just all we'll lose football and we'll lose other sports.
Hey,
Like
move
I don't
on
think
to
that's
the real
solu-
football.
I don't think that's the solution.
No, it's not. But it comes with the territory, and that's something that I don't think will ever change.
Yeah. No, I don't think it will either, just because of the logistics. But it just kind of rubs me the wrong way.
I feel that it's tough.
Is that all we have for the NFL?
No, not at all. My boy Nando submitted a hot topic.
Yes, sir.
He wants to know what everybody's leading rusher, and who it's gonna be. How many yards, really, Nando? Like, how the fuck we're gonna guess the yards?
It's gonna have 1,500.
And how many TDs? And then receiving yards and TDs, and TD passes thrown, I guess.
So who's going to be the league leaders, pretty much?
Yeah.
And so yards and touchdowns, I'm giving them Mahomes. I think that's an easy.
I think pick. Yards, Breeze is gonna get the yards.
Nah.
I think yards. I'm actually on Doug. I'm gonna go Breeze and I'll go TD Mahomes.
The reason why I say yards for Mahomes is because they're gonna have to throw the ball a lot more, being that they don't have Kareem this year.
I don't know. I
don't think Robinson is able. They're able to rely on him as much as they did Kareem. So I think they throw the ball more, leads to more yards for.
So I would agree, but Andy Reid is not that kind of guy. He's very by the book, and he likes his game plans. I think they're still going to run whoever it is, and I just think Breeze is going to have more of an opportunity with Sean Payton calling the shots there to air the ball out.
But we just talked about that with Breeze, where he only is. Go ahead, Nando.
I was just going to say that I think that if, now that Mark Ingram isn't there and Alvin Kamara is the main option at the backfield, if a lot more defenses are focusing on him, you're going to have to give an outlet to your receivers.
Yeah, and Kamara, those are all receiving yards too. Probably most of his yards.
The thing is, we just talked about it though. Other than Michael Thomas, Breeze doesn't have anybody to throw to.
That's true.
He consistently does.
He finds somebody.
He does, but you can't rely on those guys to get him like tons of yards either. You know what I mean?
I mean, he did it last year, and I think Alvin Kamara is going to help him out with his receiving yards a lot too.
I think Alvin Kamara's receiving yards end up going down. I think he ends up getting more catches, but less receiving yards because they don't have a whole other running back to game plan for. It's really just Kamara now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying his production, I think, will be more from the receiving game than running.
Yes. Yeah, it will be. It will be.
So I personally, I think Breeze has had it like the last 3 years. Honestly, I think he continues that. Just because of the play calling, honestly. That's what I think it comes down to.
This is the man that said that he thinks Breeze is going to regress this year.
I do. I mean,
his regress is still going to be really good.
His regress is going to be good. I'm not saying he's going to be a bum. I just think he's going to regress.
Fair enough.
How about for the running backs, RBs, who has the most yards or rushing TDs?
Le'Veon.
No.
Ooh, no. Not even close.
Le'Veon because they're going to run the hell out of the ball.
No, I'm going to go most rushing yards, Saquon Barkley, and then TDs, my boy Zeke. No, I'm joking. I wish, but we spread the ball so evenly. I think I might go Saquon.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a Giants fan. I'm not even thinking
How the fuck are the Giants going to score?
They're not.
They got.
I think they're going to have.
I guess. Or they don't.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're not going to score.
Nah, Saquon's the real deal. Like, I hate the Giants, but Saquon, respect, man.
Yeah, I think he was rated like 91 or 92.
Yeah, he deserves that.
But you do know that OBJ is not there to throw him passes anymore.
Yeah, I guess.
So that immediately takes 2 touchdowns off the board for him.
Talking about that, did you see that video of OBJ throwing like
launching
the full length of the field?
Bro, that was crazy.
He's an athlete. That's all that is.
Granted, it does have a lot of arc underneath the ball, but still, that's impressive as hell.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was wild.
I mean, what other backs? I mean, Melvin Gordon?
Nah.
I
mean, I guess you can throw Gurley into the mix, but I don't think Gurley's going to hold up towards the end of the season.
Me neither.
And if they're smart, I think they would run him less in the beginning of the season so that they don't have a repeat of what happened last year.
I think it's going to be between Le'Veon, Saquon, and Zeke.
I think Zeke is going to have the most touchdowns.
Yeah, it might be Zeke, to be honest.
I think Yards will have to go to Barkley, and then Zeke has to have some TDs up there. What do you think happens with David Johnson this year?
I think he's
bounce back year. Calling it.
I think he has a bounce back year, but I still don't think he becomes David Johnson of 2 years ago.
I think so.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's ready.
I think he's hungry.
With Kyler? With Kyler? You think?
Yeah. I think so. I really like David Johnson.
I think that team really needs him to perform very well, especially with another rookie quarterback there. But their offensive line is terrible. It's really, really bad. That was
not very good.
That was their main problem, that they couldn't create holes for him to run through. And regardless of how good the running back is, if he has nowhere to run, he can't run anyway.
What do you mean? Look at Saquon.
Yeah, Saquon's a freak of nature, though.
Yeah, so is David Johnson, though. David Johnson's built just the same.
Yeah, but David Johnson doesn't break that like tackles like Saquon
And I
does.
think the guys.
I think the only back that breaks tackles and is as elusive as Saquon is
Zeke. But I think Zeke does it a little better.
He does it by powering through versus being elusive.
Like Zeke gets hit in the backfield, and it's an 8-yard game every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
My boy be eating. Gotta love having.
I think
Zeke.
that's the only back that can touch Saquon in terms of
breaking tackles.
Yeah.
Oh well, Le'Veon. Wait till we see Le'Veon again. He's shifty.
But Le'Veon, he doesn't. I mean, he'll break tackles, but he kind of.
He's a different playing style. He makes you miss more.
Yes, exactly.
He makes you miss more because he's very shifty and he's patient as a running back.
Yeah, he does a great job of reading the field and finding his holes and making guys miss. You're right, 100%.
Yeah.
So who you got as a receiver? Most yards.
Hop.
I'm going to go AB.
This is
when you got Derek Carr throwing to?
Yeah.
I think Hop. I think this is the Houston Texans' year of finally like performing up to what everyone thinks that they should. I think we saw it towards the end of last season. Hop was looking better and better by the games. I feel like I think this is his year to really stand out and be like, yo, I am the number one wide receiver in the league.
He's definitely up there. I like the receiving core because Will Fuller, he can play too.
He's good too. Yeah.
Will Fuller's nice.
He's injury prone though.
He's nice.
He's fast.
Well, the thing about him is that he's another guy that's a one route guy. He's running the go and that's it. But that opens up a lot of space for Hop to work in the middle of the field.
So you got him for yards or TDs?
I think I got him for both.
Oh, really?
Oh, I have him for touchdowns.
I have AB for yards. And then for TDs, I'm going to go with... Ooh. This might sound stupid. Mike Evans. No, I'm kidding. Oh, yeah, it's Mike Evans. I'm going to go with Julio.
Oh, no.
Julio can't score.
No. Atlanta can't score. In the red zone, they're the worst team in red zone efficiency for touchdowns.
I'm going with Julio.
Julio scored what, like 3 touchdowns last year?
No, he scored 9.
Yeah.
It's just it took him 9 weeks to score 1.
I had him on my fantasy team, and I think I ended up trading him at like the trade deadline. I traded him for McCaffrey.
Or actually, you know what?
He only scored 1 touchdown for me through that point.
I think I might go with Michael Thomas.
That's my.
That's a good pick.
That's my receptions leader.
That's a good one. Actually thinking about picking.
I just think AB is gonna go the freak off in Oakland. Like he's gonna get so many yards.
Eli with the second week in a row censoring himself. I'm liking this.
It's a new Eli.
Yeah, it's a new Eli.
It's a new me.
He's getting tired of getting fined.
Honestly, I can't afford.
What do you guys think about OBJ? Do you think he has success over there?
No, he's gonna have success, but he's not gonna be a league leader.
And I also think he's gonna suffer from there being a lot of weapons over there too.
Yeah, that's all. He's elite. Top 5 wide receiver, but so there's so much.
Here's my problem with OBJ, and we didn't really get a chance to see it last year. I still want to see if he has that secondary breakaway speed that he had before his ankle injury.
I think he has it.
We didn't get to see it much last year because there wasn't a lot of times where he got opportunities to break away. I think this year we'll really be able to see if OBJ is still OBJ.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know what? This is kind of backtracking a little bit, but since we're talking about Cleveland, something that did surprise me about the Madden ratings, Kareem Hunt is rated 90 in the game. How do you guys feel about that?
Why does that surprise you?
Just because he was just out of the freaking game. Like,
I mean, that doesn't
3, 4, 5 months ago and hasn't played football in a while.
That wasn't because of ability, though.
Yeah, but
I think you still have to rate his ability. I
think football is something when you're out of the game for a while, it's hard to get back in it. It's going to take a while for him to get back, especially with him not
had a longer offseason. I bet he was still working out and staying healthy though.
I hopefully, but he might not even be the number 1 back with Nick Chubb.
I was going to say Nick Chubb is a.
Yeah, I don't think he should be the number 1 back on the team. I'll give you that. I think Nick Chubb should be.
I think Kareem Hunt, I would prefer to see him more in the 80s than a 90.
The lowest I'll give him is an 88.
I was thinking like 87.
Yeah. ESPN has him ranked as like the 56th best RB.
Eli just doing one number under.
That's because Eli just wants to have a different point. That's just Eli.
No,
that's the second time in a row I've been like, oh yeah, like this
No,
number, and
I
Eli's
just
gone.
genuinely believe that was the number I was thinking.
I had him at 88.5.
All right, now you're being a little extra, but I definitely think 88, 87.
I guess
You
I don't
choose.
I think
I just don't think 90 is where he should be.
I think he's not. He should be 90 just based off his last year's performance. If that's the way Madden rates them, I think he ends up dropping this year because I don't think he's as successful there as he was in Kansas City.
I would like to know how Madden rates the players.
We need to do some research. We need to figure that out. We probably should have done that coming into the podcast, but
Yeah, Madden. Hit up Doug's friend so Doug's friend could tell Doug.
does your friend still work there or no?
No, his contract ended. He worked there last year.
Damn, that means he wasn't good enough. He didn't make the cut.
I guess.
He was probably the one who made Kareem Hunt a 90.
Is there any other potential leaders that we need to talk about?
I don't think so.
Well, that's the main ones.
Yeah, right. That's all the good ones. Sacks.
Sacks is always a crapshoot.
Ooh.
Yeah, because there's always guys that come out of the woodworks every year.
I'm gonna go for back-to-back seasons. DeMarcus Lawrence.
I will second that. I like that.
DeForest Buckner. I'm just kidding.
I was like, is he still playing?
Yo, I can't wait till we get video just because everyone's faces just now when they looked at Doug after he said that was like,
I can't wait
what?
till we go live so we don't cut out none of Doug's bullshit and he's gonna be shook.
He's gonna have to own up to the.
If I have
bad
to pick a
takes.
sack leader, I'm gonna go Bosa.
Which one?
Yeah, I was just Joey or Nick.
Joey. Nick Bosa's gonna be second.
Bosa.
I don't know about that. I think
Is Boza on the Niners?
Chargers. Joey Bosa's on the Chargers.
No, I'm talking about Nick.
Yeah.
yeah, Nick is
Okay,
on
yeah.
that.
What do you
You're
guys
not
think
even
about
supporting your own
TDs?
guy.
He's a rookie.
All right. Does that wrap up NFL talk?
Yeah,
That
I
should
think
be
this
it.
is the most NFL we've talked.
Well, we're gonna be
We
talking
haven't
about a lot
talked about
of
it in a
NFL.
while, though.
I can't wait for NFL season,
The
guys.
season's gonna be ramping up. It's gonna be fun.
Absolutely.
Especially then when we start doing our second other podcast where we're going to be talking about the fantasy one. We're going to have so much to talk
Fantasy
about that
football. Oh my gosh, I
it's
can't
gonna be
wait.
great.
Yo, we're gonna win a couple of people's leagues out there.
Yes, sir.
Yes. But only if you subscribe to prospecttalk.com.
Plug.
Exclusive content.
Yes.
Coming to a computer screen near you.
Yeah, this
very
is
soon.
Or a mobile
for everybody
device.
that doesn't remember, this is the podcast that we put out for free, just us bullshitting. But our Prospect Talk podcast, that's
Where we have our analysts give us, what they think would be the best picks for your PPR leagues, your standard leagues, all the above, and
Yes.
we kind of deliver that message for them.
that's the one that you have to opt in and subscribe for. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be doing that pretty soon too with the season ramping up.
You know what I was on the lookout for?
What's that?
LeBron bringing back number 6.
I'm kind of disappointed.
I wanted to see 6 Bron.
Me too.
Nah,
That's
I feel
reserved
like-
only for Miami.
And I think if you're the only time you should give another player your number is if that player is like definitely better than you.
I feel like LeBron did it to respect, but
Out of respect and bring the camaraderie amongst the team.
But guess
and
what?
Him and AD.
Nike said, "Nope, we not doing that."
Savage.
Nike's a piece of shit for that. And
Savage.
what's their reasoning? That they had too much in production for them to pull out of it?
Yeah, I think so.
You're, an $8 billion company? The fuck you mean it's going to cost you too much money?
Yo, that's a fine.
I'll just have Nike pay it.
No, so for everyone that doesn't know, LeBron was fully intending on giving the 23 number back to AD as he was joining the Lakers, and he was going to don the 6 again. Nike pretty much raised concerns at first, and they pretty much halted that process
Until next season.
till next season at the very soonest because of what Eli was just saying with the jersey production. And now LeBron will be wearing 23 for at least another season, and AD will be wearing the number 3 going into the season. So my question is this, right? We're talking about the NBA here. Nike does not run the NBA. Nike has no say, technically speaking, when it comes to number decisions, but yet they still have some power when it comes to this. So my question to you guys is, does Nike have too much power and too much influence in the current NBA landscape?
I don't think they have too much power. I just think in this scenario...
They make their jerseys.
But I mean, that's a big decision to be.
Well, also, to be fair, I still stand where I stand, but to be fair, they did submit the number, I think a month late. for
I
jersey
didn't know
swaps.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, they did submit it late.
That plays into effect too.
Yeah, which
That
I
changes
mean,
the whole ballgame.
Yeah, so
I think I might have to change my
I
stance.
kind of wanted 80 to pick up number 6, and then they do a flop next year.
You mean like a switch?
Yeah.
You mean a flop?
What do you mean a flip flop?
Oh my god!
He's drawing the charge.
They flip it this year and they flop it next year.
Honestly. Damn, Eli, I had no idea. Now I feel like I came unprepared.
Yeah, no,
I didn't know
that's what happened.
Now
That
I
they
feel dumb
submitted
as hell.
the change like a good month late.
Never
But they
mind.
thought they can still get it done.
Eli had that in his back pocket.
This
'cause
is
he never
entire
does research.
This entire topic was a moot
No,
point.
I'm not trying to get one on you guys. Literally, Nike, LeBron and AD had a meeting with Nike to be like, hey, blah, 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 blah. We submitted it. Yeah, we know it's late, but this is what we want. And, LeBron's very high up in that Nike.
He owns Nike.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Might as well.
But they said no to them.
But my thing
after
is this,
meeting.
that like Nike, I feel like Nike's still very influential in the NBA landscape, especially when it's not like they're the only sneaker company out there for NBA players. There's Adidas.
But they are the leading.
Yeah.
They have the
but
biggest stars.
There's Adidas. There's New Balance.
You mean there's Kawhi?
There's Kawhi's brand.
Technically speaking, Reebok is still out there.
Yeah, no,
Under
there's some
Armour
Reeboks.
Wait, hold on. Is any
Under Armour.
NBA player still wearing Reebok? You think?
I
Not
think
in
so.
the
No,
NBA.
Really?
Well, you know what's getting really big? Puma. There's a lot
yeah,
of Puma
Puma.
sponsors.
There are. Yeah, I noticed that actually last season during a
Yeah.
couple games. Which I don't know. You will never catch me wearing.
No, you sleep, bro.
You never catch me.
Because
Not
he
unless
ain't
they're
a
like-
soccer player like
No,
that.
no. Unless they're like after modeled out after like a soccer cleat or something like that. I'm talking about like Puma basketball shoes. You'll never catch me wearing
Bro, I'm
those.
wearing some Puma right now, dog.
Once again, I
Never
said
Puma basketball.
you'll
shoes.
never catch me wearing Puma basketball shoes. I don't feel like I believe in those products. Now, we talking soccer, that's different. Now, the Puma shorts, pants that Eli has on, they're like soccer joggers, so it makes sense. But I'm just saying, in terms of
Feel my boy DeMarcus Cousins coming out with a new shoe. Like, you might want to look into it.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
He's not on my team anymore.
Damn, you just flip flop like that?
He flipped, and I flopped.
Oh my god.
Oh, Doug.
Bro,
I'm
Doug, you're
done
never
with-
allowed to use that phrase
I'm
again.
done with this flip-flop.
Ever again.
Just one more time, Doug.
What?
Explain the flip-flop to everybody.
Nah, I see you getting the soundboard ready.
We're gonna put it in the bio.
This might have to be the episode the episode
flip-flop.
name.
The name of the episode.
Yeah.
All right, anyways,
So we're talking about LeBron and AD with their jersey flop, but now they're considered the.
He said it.
I
I
said
got
it.
him to say it.
I said it. I was trying not to say it, but I said it. Their jersey switch. I'll go back and post and edit that out so I don't sound dumb. We're talking about their jersey switch, but now they have to be one of the best NBA duos currently, right?
Oh
What
yeah.
do you guys think?
They're up there.
they were, but
So what do you?
now that LeBron's 23 again, I don't know.
Hey, well, chill.
They flip-flop my whole...
Yo, stop. We're not allowed to use that phrase no more, bro.
Yeah,
No,
I
he's
still
bringing
haven't
back the
used
chalk. He's bringing back the chalk. That's vintage LeBron right there.
Oh, and he's still wearing the headband. Bruce Lee Braun's taking off on the whole league.
Yeah, man.
Bruce Lee Braun.
No,
telling you.
in all seriousness, what do you guys say are the top duos?
Well,
in
can
this
we
season?
name them, and then how about we arrange them after?
All right.
So-
So we got Westbrook and Harden,
Okay,
Kawhi, PG.
okay,
LeBron and AD.
okay. KD and Kyrie. That's four.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though KD's hurt, sure.
Whoa, we'll just say...
We're gonna count this without injuries taking place.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then
um,
Steph and Clay.
Steph Clay.
Definitely.
Ben,
You
ben
also
and Joel Embiid, technically speaking.
Nah. You sleep on Dame Lillard and
I was-
CJ
I
McCollum.
was just about to say that
So
too.
that's six.
Mm-hmm.
We missing anything else? KP and Luca.
Oh, sorry, we got seven.
Oh,
Eight.
yeah, I was gonna say that. That's an underrated one, bro.
KP
That's
and
gonna be
Luca.
nice.
That's gonna be a filthy.
They're gonna be nasty. So we got eight. So let's stay with that eight.
Fair enough.
I mean,
Okay.
there's Hayward and Kemba.
But we've already talked about Gordon Hayward on this. He's not a top tier.
What
player.
about Giannis and Chris Middleton?
Come on, now you guys are reaching. If you
Jokic
guys
and
weren't,
Murray?
if you guys weren't going to give me Ben Simmons
No,
and
no.
Embiid, you guys can't say any of those that you
Nah,
just named.
I mean, you could count them as a
Kyle
duo.
Lowry and Siakam. Hey, put some respect on the champion's
hold on.
name.
I got one for you. Kevin Knox and RJ Barrett.
Jeez.
Bro, is that number 30 in the league? That's ranked 30th.
Come on, man.
Bruh.
Hey,
Disrespectful, bro.
if you guys were all gonna throw out all that crazy stuff, I was gonna throw out mine.
But with all that being named, what's your top 5?
I think the best.
Let's start at 5.
Yeah, let's start at 5 because we got on Doug for that. 5. I'm gonna have to say Westbrook and Harden.
Ooh, okay.
I'm trying to think of all the names in my head real quick.
I think just out of talent, you have to put them in the top 5. I just don't think that they're better than the other guys in the league.
My 5th is Lillard and McCollum.
So,
Heck no. Over Westbrook and Harden?
Yeah.
Are you stupid?
so you don't have Westbrook and Harden in your 5 at all?
No, they're 6.
They're both individually better than those two individually.
Yeah,
The problem is,
I'm talking about duo.
I think
how
in
they
terms of
complement
how they
each other.
play, it's gonna
So
hurt them.
let me give you a background story. Westbrook and Harden known each other since they were 10 years old. They
They're
played high school
talented,
ball
yeah.
together. They played in the NBA together. They dressed wacky as shit together. They got some chemistry already.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I just think that those two players at their highest level is better than
I
CJ.
put it this
If
way,
we're
I-
talking about individual talent, yes, those two are better. But I'm talking about how the players complement.
I take
each other.
Harden in the bench over CJ and
Nah, don't
No,
disrespect.
don't
I would.
Those two guys, Dame and CJ, play very, very well together, and they have a great chemistry on the court. And I think that's what leads to CJ being better than technically what he should be.
But my whole thing with that is
Okay.
I just can't see those two ever winning a championship or ever
But that's
put
not-
them
They
in
made it to the
contending.
Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, but we all knew.
But that's also
we
not
all
what
know
we're
they weren't going to
arguing
win.
either. That's not what we're arguing either.
No, well, what I'm judging it and doing my analysis about is Harden and Westbrook. They're a contender to win because that duo is so strong. Where CJ and Dame, I just write them off right away. They're good. They're really good, but
I don't think you
Yeah.
can write them off. They just made it to a conference final. There's no way
yeah,
you can
but
write
did
them off.
you ever think they would win it? And that's their first conference, actually getting out of the first round for the first time in like forever.
So I thought they had a shot just because they always play Golden State very well. I thought for them to win would have taken a great performance by both of those guys. And I think if they had a healthy Nurkic, it makes it a totally different series.
Well, they got swept, and they didn't even have KD.
The Golden State Warriors are a whole nother monster. Though.
That's a whole other monster, and a monster that doesn't exist anymore.
So what I'm saying is, if Westbrook and Harden are there, they don't get swept. That's what I'm
just about
saying.
to bring that up.
They're a better duo.
I don't know. I think those two players
You really
complement
think
each other.
you think the
better.
Rockets would get swept by the Warriors?
No, but
That
I also
Warrior
don't think
team.
that's indicative
Yeah.
of
Without
how good the
KD.
duo is. I don't think that's indicative
yeah,
of how
I don't
good
think
the duo
that's
is.
exactly.
I still
Well,
don't
the
rank.
duo is the best players on the team. That's what really you're looking at.
So
And
Eli, I'm still agreeing with you that I think Westbrook and Harden are rated higher than those two, but I don't think you can sleep on those two guys.
I'm not, but
they're a solid-
I'm just telling
they're
you they're
a
not
solid
in the top 5. That's all I'm
To
saying.
me, they're 5 and 6, so it's not a huge difference.
Okay, so we talked about me and Doug's 5. Nando, what's yours?
I would
Who
have
do you
to
have for
go-
5?
I have
Yeah,
Westbrook and Harden.
Okay.
I would have to include the Westbrook and Harden in there. I don't think that CJ and Dame are above them, so I'd put Westbrook and Harden in there as well.
I can't think of. I think I'm gonna go Ben Simmons and Embiid.
Oh, now you want to put them in there.
Okay.
5 minutes ago, you were like,
so
nah,
you won't give me CJ and Dame, but you'll get Ben Simmons.
a guy that can't even shoot.
I'll take Ben Simmons and Embiid.
I think Embiid's holding up that duo.
It's like a 60-40.
Yeah, it's a 60-40 because Embiid's the best center in the league right now.
I'd rather take Embiid 60 over their 50. That's why I got
That's
those two.
disrespectful.
It's just
You know what? I
facts.
think I actually might have to change mine. I think 5, I have Dame and CJ.
Oh
Because-
my gosh.
Because at 4, I'm going to put Westbrook and Harden.
That's why
Okay.
I have them at 4 too.
Yeah. That's why I'm going to change mine. And then, you guys talk about your 4.
Well, Nando, who do you have at 5?
You said
Well,
Westbrook and Harden.
I said Westbrook and Harden, but I'm trying to rethink of all these duos.
He might switch
make
to what
sure
I
have
just
them
did.
aligned.
That's
No.
why I already knew I was going to do that. That's why I put Embiid and Simmons at 5. And at 4, I have Westbrook and Harden.
Nando, what's yours? Because you guys are going to get pissed at what I'm going to say.
Ooh, let me hear it.
He has Stephen Clay.
No.
Actually, I'm sorry. I got Stephen Clay at 5. sorry, scratch that.
Don't
I have Stephen Clay higher.
I was gonna have.
Don't
Stephen
disrespect.
Clay.
I have Stephen Clay at 5.
Who do you got for, Nando? Just tell me your 4.
For 4, a Stephen Clay.
Okay, so he has Harden and Westbrook at 5, Stephen Clay at 4. You have
This is controversial. You guys aren't gonna like it.
at 4.
At 4,
Let's hear it. I'm
Luka
excited.
Doncic, Kristaps Porzingis.
Ooh, absolutely not. No, sir.
My
Doug,
man had his finger ready.
The
on
door
that.
is right there. Leave.
No, I'm just kidding. my number 4 is KD and Kyrie.
No,
Are you really just kidding, or did you have to do that? to
No.
your face?
Nah.
I knew I would have.
I really had KD and Kyrie.
I can't wait till we get these live cameras. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because then I can't edit that out.
No.
I got.
I like that duo though. But
I got
it's not
Westbrook
my
Harding
number 4.
at 4. I got Stephen Clay at 5.
And my 4 is KD Kyrie.
I have Stephen Clay at 3.
That's where I got Stephen
So,
Clay.
so we're going to 3 now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, we talked about it
Okay.
last war, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
So you got Stephen Clay.
I got Stephen Clay at
That's
3.
where I got Stephen Clay too.
I have
Yeah.
KD, Kyrie.
That's where I have mine at 3. KD and Kyrie.
Yep. KD,
yeah.
Kyrie.
Okay.
Oh, damn, I messed up my whole thing, man.
Nah, you better take
That's what I
those
was thinking
sorry
about.
Splash Brothers out of there.
I had him.
Damn, I messed up. Hold on, can I recreate?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So Harden, Westbrook at 5, like I originally had it. Clay and Steph at 4. No, wait. Hold on, come back to me because I need to figure
All right,
this
so
out.
let's go to 2. I
2?
got Kawhi and Paul George at 2.
I got LeBron and AD at 2.
I think I gotta go with Kawhi and PG at 2.
Okay. You guys ready for me to tell you my newly constructed? And I'm just gonna go through this because
Just go.
I keep on flip flopping in my head.
All right, just give us 5 to 1.
All right. So 5, I got Harden and Westbrook. 4, I got Clay and Steph. 3, I got KD, Kyrie.
Mhm.
2, I got Kawhi and PG. And 1, I got AD and LeBron.
You have the same as me, except for
Same.
5 and 4 switch.
Yeah.
I have
He has the
Stephen
same as
Clay
mine.
at 5, and I
And
have
then-
Harden
yeah.
and Westbrook.
I kind of forgot about KD and Kyrie at first. That's the reason why I had to
Oh,
kind of
I
like
can't.
redo it.
They're
yeah,
nasty.
you couldn't forget about it.
So to go through mine again, number 5 I got Lillard and McCollum. Number 4 I got KD Kyrie. Number 3 I got Stephen Clay. Number 2 I got LeBron and AD. I think the best duo is Leonard and Paul George.
This is such bullshit.
So
Wow.
the reason
No,
why
I think they complement each other perfectly.
and the reason why I can accept that as an answer is because they are the 2 best two-way players in the league.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Where even though LeBron and AD are great defensively, they sometimes turn that off.
LeBron especially.
It's hard to see 2 small forwards complement each other. I got to see that work.
And-
They can definitely do it because they're both great.
But the thing is,
But
I think
it's
they're
gonna
just
be
going to
hard
end
to
up
see.
having to play like a big lineup.
Because
I think Leonard plays the 2 or George plays the 2.
I think
they could do
PG
that.
plays the 2 and Leonard
Yeah.
plays the 3. Remember when PG first came into the league, he played the 2 pretty frequently with the Indiana Pacers.
I think
Remember because he had Danny Granger.
they're still going to be good. I think PG and Kawhi are 2. I think Braun is the best player on the road, and then AD is a top 5, top 6 player.
He's the best player in his position.
Best
He's
player
the
at his
best player in the
position.
world.
Absolutely. I got to take those 2.
I agree.
And then, so you really think Steph and Clay are better than KD and Kyrie?
Yeah, I think
Absolutely.
Stephen Clay.
That's
No.
I think Steph and Clay
ridiculous.
complement each other better,
Absolutely.
and I don't think KD and Kyrie complement each other that well.
So let me ask you this question: 2-on-2, KD and Kyrie versus Steph and Clay. Who are you taking?
Doug, there's only
I think
one
talent wise, KD and Kyrie.
No, who's winning the game?
Well, KD's bigger. None of those 2 guys can guard
That's
him.
not,
So
that's not a fair
yeah, so
question.
I gotta
just
pick
want to ask-
KD and Kyrie.
I just
I
want to see
agree
how
with you.
stupid he was.
No, but I think as a better 1-2, I think Steph and Clay they complement each other so well. Both can play off the ball. Like, I just like that duo better.
Like I said, I think what helps them a lot is the fact that they're so great on the defensive end.
Who?
Sorry.
I hope you're not talking about Steph and Clay.
no, Clay's
You might be talking about Clay.
Clay's a really good
Clay,
defender.
Clay's a good defender.
That's what I'm like. They're not. Let me rephrase that.
Woo. Steph's the worst defender in that whole list.
I
that we
think
said.
they're better defensively than KD and Kyrie because Kyrie doesn't play defense.
Oh,
and-
I disagree. KD's a better defender than both of them.
KD turns his off and on as well.
Exactly.
When
That's
he
why I
wants,
say that.
okay, yeah, but everybody does in the NBA except for like maybe 2 or 3 guys.
Clay doesn't.
So,
Kawhi
when does Steph turn his on?
Woo! Tell me when.
Steph's the
At
guy
the same time, Goran Dragic turns his on.
Ooh.
No,
Come on,
that's
unnecessary. So here's the thing about Steph is that he's not a good on-ball defender, but he plays passing lanes very well, and he plays within that defensive scheme very well. So he's able to hide his defensive miscues.
I've seen Steph get exposed way too many times. I've seen Van Fleet expose him. I've seen Lowry expose him.
That's what I'm saying. On ball, he's not a good defender. He gets a lot of steals though.
I mean, he gets steals because he does
He
leave his
plays
guy
the
a
passing
lot.
lane, yeah.
And he gets bored.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He plays passing lanes. That's why I think like people don't realize how bad Steph is defensively, but Kyrie's worse defensively.
I don't think so. I think Kyrie's a way
Oh,
better
no.
defender.
No.
Kyrie.
I take Kyrie defend. I mean, he locked up Steph pretty well.
I was gonna say that.
He
I mean,
didn't
he did
even
a
play
pretty good-
Steph on defense in the
Yes,
finals.
Yes,
He played like 1 or 2 possessions.
No, bro. They were on each other a lot.
No.
And I saw Kyrie cook Steph.
Yeah, because Kyrie has arguably the best handles in the league.
Have you ever seen Steph lock up Kyrie?
No,
Not
because
once.
Steph's not a lockdown defender.
I've seen Kyrie lock up Steph.
No.
Yeah, okay.
That is not true,
Doug,
bro.
I've seen Kyrie lock up Steph in the finals. Yes, I have.
All right. This is obviously getting out of control.
Yeah, we're just gonna speak in circles after that. Let's move on to the next topic because we are running short on time, and we might end up having to cut some topics out. We might have to revisit them next week.
Yeah, but
What do you guys want to talk about next? You guys want to talk about soccer? Leave soccer for next week, or what's going on?
Well, actually, I think it was a pretty big topic.
Let's talk soccer because there's one
Yeah.
thing that's really,
which is
really
huge.
pissing me
You
off.
talking about the first thing that's on?
Yes.
I knew that would piss. It pisses me off too.
Yeah,
So,
man.
for FIFA 20, Juventus will not be in that game.
that means Cristiano.
Will not be in that
No,
game.
he's in
No,
the
he'll
game.
be in the game and the
He has-
national teams.
No, Juventus is going to be called Piemonte Calcio.
Oh, really? They're
Yeah.
just renaming
They
it.
have to rename
Because
it.
they don't have the license.
They don't have the license to Juventus jerseys or names. But
Yeah.
some players, the thing with FIFA, it's also based on players and their relationship and contract with them. So Ronaldo will still be in the game,
Well, that's good.
and he'll be on that team.
So he'll still be under like his last name, like
yeah,
Ronaldo?
Cristiano Ronaldo. Yep.
Juventus actually signed a contract with PES.
Pez.
PES.
Pro Evolution Soccer.
So this is big for PES because they've always been known as never been able to securing licenses for teams.
Yeah.
And this is the first time that they're going to be able to do that.
Where they've taken away a giant in the game.
Absolutely.
Yes, huge. And so that, and you probably know a little bit more about this, Eli. Does that mean that are they going to have rights to Cristiano? So will Cristiano be in both games?
He'll be in both games.
It's a big,
Which is something
that's
that
a
you
big win
find-
for them.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Barcelona is also in both games. I think they
But
have a license.
They have the license for Barcelona and
Yeah.
Liverpool, but FIFA still has the license for Barcelona and Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
It's just that Juventus is
Just
not
completely
licensed for
stole it.
FIFA. Yeah, it's solely.
Yeah. That's really, really bad for FIFA.
Yeah,
That's a big
they
blow.
really dropped the ball on that.
And I'm not going to lie, I like Juventus's kits.
Yeah,
Like,
their
they're-
jerseys
yeah.
are sick, and they
They're
just
filthy.
changed them.
Yeah,
That's true.
They literally, it's their first time in their history where they've gotten away from the black and white traditional.
But that
Juventus
traditional
jersey.
black and white has to be
It's
one of
nice,
the most
right?
famous soccer jerseys in the
Oh,
world.
absolutely. But guess
Hands
what?
down.
They'll be in black and white this year in FIFA because that's what that whatever that Italian ass name team.
So are they still going to use the same designs for the kits?
It can't be the same crest. It's like a little different.
So they're
crest.
slightly changing it, but it's going to be pretty similar
It's
then.
gonna look like Juventus, but
If
it's
I was
modified.
FIFA, what I would try to do is imitate the new and the old kits as much as possible without getting sued. Just to stick up a middle finger at
I mean,
Juventus.
I feel like they're going to do that. Regardless.
Yeah, I think that they're going to, but it kind of just sucks, you know.
Do you think that this is like the beginning of
That's
like
what.
Pez getting some?
Yeah,
you know,
I think
FIFA
Pez
can't
is
allow
going to
that.
push more towards it.
FIFA can't allow that at all because FIFA is the biggest soccer title in the world, and they can't start losing licenses.
The problem is that actually Pez controls and their AI is better than FIFA's.
The only
The
thing
thing
is,
that FIFA has is all the licensing and the
Mhm.
Ultimate Team.
I
ability.
disagree because Pez is a little bit more arcadey, and I don't like that. I don't want to end up having to play Pez where they have half. I don't want to have to end up buying both games. You know what I mean?
Look, I can't even put my opinion. I've never played 1 minute of PES.
I actually enjoy PES a little bit more.
It's all right.
Well, then I know it's trash.
Yeah.
So.
I think I might have
great
to just
for
buy,
is the
buy
realism.
PES next year and FIFA. Try them out.
No. See, that's what I just told you not to do. Don't buy both games.
The thing that hurts PES is the licensing. Like, that's
what
the
hurts them
thing.
is the arcadiness of the game, where it doesn't feel like a realistic soccer game.
And
FIFA,
your backline in FIFA does.
Well, chill.
That backline is atrocious.
But that's one aspect of FIFA.
Backline in pro clubs.
Yes, they're so
Worst
trash.
Backline in the history of backlines.
But that's also because our pro clubs team isn't that great.
Nah, we're up there.
I mean, anyways.
Yeah, I'm not trying to put us on blast like that. On to the next thing.
So let's talk about this. It's the preseason right now in soccer, and lately, all these European clubs, they've been booking gigs here in America and playing their preseason here.
I like that.
You guys like it?
Yeah,
I love it.
Do you think it's a good look for the European soccer?
Yes.
So I think it's better for Americans than it is for
Oh,
European
absolutely.
soccer.
And I think it's really to gain
Sure.
fans here because they got a fan base in Europe. They don't need to do anything to gain more fans.
It's the same concept of what the NFL and the MLB has been doing by playing games in other places, trying to gain that fandom here. What I think they're going to realize is that there's a bigger soccer following here
Than they think.
and it's a bigger soccer following here than they have like football following and baseball following over there.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think it'll be more successful right off the rip.
Well, we went. Was it last year or the year before?
Yeah, we went to go see Real Madrid versus Manchester United at
Hard Rock Stadium in
Hard
Miami.
Rock Stadium in Miami, and it was packed.
I did not
It was
attend that.
packed, yeah. But with that being said, do you think they dare ever have like a regular season match, like a Premier League match?
I don't think so. Not
I don't
yet.
think so.
Not yet. I think in the
Can you see it down the future? Do you think it's feasible?
I
Do you
think-
think
Minimum 4 years.
maybe not a Premier League match, but like the second tier in the Premier League, maybe
I
like
could
one of
see
their
that
matches, they try it out first. But that has to suck as the club traveling all the way to the States and then going back for one match.
Yeah.
Luckily for them, they don't play a lot of like matches close together.
Sure, they might have a league match. They might be in a little cup during the middle of the week. It would suck, but
They don't really play back to backs like that or anything.
no,
like that.
they
you know what
don't
I mean?
play back to backs. And I think if they ever did do it, the schedule would make.
They would
sense.
have to. Yeah, they would have to.
Yeah,
It would be great. I would love to. But the real question is, where in the states are they put it? You know
well,
what I mean?
Miami's big.
Has
They
to be
love
the
bringing
major
games to
stadiums.
Miami. Also, they love playing in New Jersey and in the Coliseum. Those are the three cities that they really like to do the preseason.
You
I
don't
feel
think
like
maybe,
Miami's
like,
a
in
great
LA?
place because you have it's a melting pot of especially Latin culture. Don't
Yeah,
you?
absolutely. There's a big Latin culture, and they'll definitely have a big crowd. And same with LA in the Coliseum.
Yeah, New Jersey is a surprise.
Yep.
I feel like
think
it's
we'll
East
get there
Coast, so it's
eventually.
closer to Europe than going all the way
I feel
over
like
to LA.
New York will probably be the only thing is New York. I don't think has the soccer fandom,
Yeah.
but being in the Mecca, I think is probably the.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
I could see it happening in the future, though. I could see it
For sure.
Maybe
Maybe not a
down the road.
championship game, but
How dare they bring like the Champions League final? I mean, they always pick a city.
imagine if they bring the Champions League. I don't
Oh,
the US.
man.
How much were those tickets?
Oh.
Tickets
Take a
are
guess.
expensive.
Would you go? Would you try to go?
If
No,
the
but I
price is
will
right.
be outside the stadium
Getting messed up.
getting, getting smashed.
I might cop those early tickets and put them on the resale market.
Yeah, so you got $20,000 to pay for some nosebleeds.
Maybe
Nah, they're not that much, are they?
Bro,
they
Champions
can't get
League
up
final?
there. They can't get
can
up there. Yeah.
But for nosebleeds?
On the resale market, yeah.
Dude, it's crazy.
I think we peeped like
Yeah,
2 or
maybe
3
we're
years
in the-
ago. They're like 16K.
Maybe we're in the wrong business. Maybe we just need to be.
Me
flipping soccer
and Nando a
tickets.
couple years ago were planning to go watch El Clasico in Spain, and like I
Which
think a
we
ticket
will.
was like $6,000.
Y'all crazy.
That was pretty
Oh,
specific.
I would
That's-
expect that to be like stupid.
Yeah,
Nah, these Champions League games though, they can be pretty hectic. It's crazy.
yeah. So talking about Champions League, Nando, you wanted to talk about who's the contenders, who's looking good, who's not. Why is there a fly like hitting me in the face right now?
Yeah, especially after all the different transfers and changes, all the shakeups. Who do you like?
I think just out of respect, you have to, even though they didn't really lose or pick up any players, Liverpool, you have to keep them in the conversation.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
They have to. I think teams like actually I think Real Madrid next year is gonna have a bounce back year.
They're gonna be nasty, bro.
Yeah, they have some
Vinicius
really
Jr. He's going to be what Neymar wished he was.
Oh.
Juventus is going to be nasty
After this,
next year.
I want to talk about Neymar for a second.
Yeah,
After
I was
this.
going to mention that.
All right.
Oh, yeah, definitely Juventus picking up one of the best center backs in the world.
I think Atletico, they made some really decent pickups.
Kevin Trippier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bayern Munich is going to have a decent comeback here, too.
Man, you?
No, absolutely not. They're miles away from it.
Throwing that in there.
But I want to go back to Juventus real quick.
What about PSG?
They're never good. They have the roster too, but they're not a Champions League caliber team because they always find a way to blow it. But Juventus, the team that knocked them out 2 years ago was Cristiano Ronaldo with his bicycle kick. Very next year, they pick him up and he's on Juventus. Last year, the guy who knocked them out was Matthew De Ligt with his header to knock them out. They pick him up this year. So
that happened a couple days ago, right?
Yeah. So I see they're taking the Warriors model here.
Yeah, just take the guys that are killing you.
Yeah, just take the guys that are killing you.
It's proven to work.
Yeah, I guess Juventus might win it.
I think you also have to include Barcelona in the conversation.
No.
So this, being that you bring up Barcelona, I'm gonna bring this up. I think you definitely have to put them in the conversation if this ends up happening. So they offered PSG $112 million and 2 players for Neymar to get Neymar back. Those 2 players are Coutinho and Dembele.
Not worth it.
And $112 million to get Neymar back.
I wouldn't do it.
Not worth it. First of all, I mean,
I love Neymar, but that's a lot.
I'll keep my 112 and I'll keep the 22-year-old Dembele who's filthy.
Exactly. I'll give you Coutinho, but I'm keeping Dembele.
Then nobody would take just Coutinho.
No.
But with the money.
I mean, you'd be out of your mind.
You'd have to give him more money.
Yeah, you have to do more money.
You'd have to give like 160.
I'll do like a 150, 160, 165 with Coutinho.
Do you think PSG would take that? No way.
No.
So
Dembele is the spark to that whole thing.
So right now, it seems like PSG wants the 112 and they want at least 2 players. If not Dembele, who would you throw in that deal with Coutinho?
The guys I saw on the short list was Rakitic.
Mm-hmm.
Who else was on there, Nando? I forgot. Maybe Arthur was on there. But I mean, he's not really worth it.
I think I don't know.
Honestly, they have to give away Ter Stegen. That's what they're gonna have to give.
Do you think Rakitic is worth it for PSG?
No,
I don't think so.
I think he's on the decline of his career. I wouldn't give Rakitic. Well, I wouldn't accept Rakitic.
I mean, they lost to Rabiot.
They got guys that can fill in Verratti, but
if Barca can offer, like, officially offers that deal, I think you have to take it if you're PSG.
Oh yeah, if I'm PSG,
if you're PSG, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
I'll get rid of that bum Neymar and I'll get those 2 guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
PSG would be nice with Dembele there on that wing.
PSG paid 222 million euros for Neymar originally.
Yeah.
What does that equal to dollars?
To do, what they wanted to do actually is if they were going to just take cash, they wanted exactly how much they paid Barcelona when they got him for Barcelona to pay back.
Which is fair, I think.
Yeah, it's only fair.
But Barcelona can't afford that, so that's why they were doing it.
Of course not.
It's about $250 million.
Wow. That's how much Neymar is worth.
Yeah, I think that's.
But the thing is,
it was recorded really as like
he's
the
not
highest transfer fee.
That's how much he cost.
He's worth maybe like 150.
Yeah.
I'd say that's where he's actually in my.
I think he's a little bit more. I think you're looking at more of the 160.
I think the only player in the only player in the world that's worth 250 is Cristiano Ronaldo.
And Messi. I don't even like Messi, but he's worth
Messi's worth 220.
220. Okay.
Ronaldo's worth 250.
I think Neymar's actually worth like closer to 180, 190.
And just so you know, Doug, next time you come into the podcast with euros, see yourself out.
That's how they.
We're in America. That's how they do business in Europe, though.
Dollars, it is how they do business. I need you to
have that conversion ready.
Yeah, have that conversion ready. How dare you? We don't talk euros here. What's wrong with you? We're gonna end up having like a European.
Have you ever even stepped foot in Europe?
Nah, but I want to.
You have no business talking about Europe.
That was mad disrespectful.
Doug's my boy.
All love, Doug.
We got any other soccer-related topics before we head out? I feel like this is a longer podcast than normal.
No. I think that covers soccer.
I just want to remind Nando took an L.
Why? That was like
Peru
2
versus
podcasts ago.
Brazil.
Bro, you said that last podcast.
I just got to keep reminding him.
So, for all the fans, all the listeners, that's the kind of guy Doug is. That's the reason why I wanted the Warriors to lose so bad, and I became a
Because he would
fan.
shove it down your face time after time.
He would talk about it over and over and over again until all you want to do is just tape his mouth shut.
And I just want to remind the fans something that we don't hit on that much in this podcast, and we need to remind the fans all the time is that Doug is a bum. We'll mention it every podcast.
I second that.
So, yeah. Me too. Damn, I feel. Nah, I was gonna say I feel bad, but then again, I don't. All right, I think that's a good note to end this week's podcast on. Check us out on social media as always. Prospect Talk _ on both Twitter and Instagram. Check us out. A lot of good stuff on there.
Yep.
Yeah, and guys, I want to mention this real too before we head out. Follow and listen to the HBIC podcast. Those girls do an amazing job. They're real funny, and they got some real life shit that I know you guys can relate to.
Thanks.
Yeah, so shout out to Rachel and Jen. Go ahead and give them a follow as well. They're on Apple Music, Spotify. I don't know their Twitter handle or their Instagram. But
So they on Instagram, they're the HBIC podcast. So go check them out on Instagram.
absolutely. Yeah.
Super cool girl, super funny, great listens. Definitely check that out.
Very relatable stuff, guys.
And guys, always remember that if you have any suggestions or any questions, hit us up on those social media handles.
YouTube,
sure.
Twitter, Instagram, all of it.
Facebook, Nando.
Yeah, Facebook too.
Yeah.
All right, with that said, we're out, guys.
Peace.
Flip flop.